great, yeah.
Welcome to the third annual cemetery walk to Minear Cemetery. I'm Steve Myers. This is my cousin Jan Emmy. Jan is married to Bob Israel. A lot of you probably know Bob also, the fixture in the community. And we're here to honor our grandparents, Gus and Martha Struck.
Hello, I'm Martha Struck. I was born in a log house and it covered over a big room on September the 8th of 1890 in Evansville, Indiana. I want you to meet my husband, August, and everybody calls him Gus.
Yes, I'm Gus. I was born January 5th, 1879 in Lowell, Indiana. When I was old enough, my brother Fred and I worked on a farm in Indiana. We farmed in the bottomlands of the Ohio River. We farmed across from Martha's folks. We used to play for local get-togethers. I played the harmonica and the fiddle, and we both played the piano, and Fred played the guitar. We married sisters. We married sisters on the same day. Martha and Grace Clark used to ride the interurban to Evansville, Indiana, and come to the dances that we were playing at. And the rest, I say, is
And we were married in the parsonage of St. Paul Lutheran Church in Evansville on February the 13th of 1908. And it was really exciting for us because Fred and Grace got married at the same time. We had a double wedding. So we lived in a little place called Yankeetown, Indiana. And while we were living there, we had our first daughter, and we named her Ora. Then we moved to Evansville, and like 5 years later, then we had our second daughter, and we named her Louise. So this is the coffee can that we took the coffee to the field when they were working in the field. And it's not very big, so it doesn't hold very much coffee, but it was, remember, German coffee. So I'm sure it was very strong, you know. And then I would say in our spare time, but I doubt that it was spare time, we made quilts. And these are two of the quilts that we made. And we used the pieces from our dresses for the quilt pieces. It's kind of like the dress I have on now.
we all decided to move to Illinois and look for work. Fred settled in Bloomington, and I worked for Ray Kettering right out northeast of town here. He paid me $20 a month, gave us a hog and a side of beef and a place to live, and that was pretty good wages back then. Our daughters grew up here. Ora married Harlan Myers, and they had 3 sons. They're both, Harlan and Ora are buried over on the other side of the cemetery here. Louise married Morris Emmy. A lot of people knew them as Irish. They had 2 sons and a daughter, and they are buried out at Gaines Cemetery. When I quit farming, I moved to town. I became a janitor at the grade school for a few years. I was known for wearing my bib overalls and having my red hanky, and I liked to smoke a pipe. And one day a fella asked me what kind of tobacco I smoked, and I told him, I said, well, I'll tell you, I better not say because there's ladies present.
And I heard that story. I remember that story. Moving right along, we had, how many grandchildren did we have anyway? We had 6 grandchildren, 5 boys, 1 girl. Then we had a great grandson. So we were like really happy to get a great grandson. And did you talk about the ice skating yet? Am I ahead of myself? I'm ahead of myself, believe that. Okay, so he was the janitor at the grade school, and we had to children would come and we'd give them quarters so that they could go ride the rides at the carnival.
Yeah, and that winter, in late December, we got a great big rain. And like I said, I was custodian down at the grade school here, and the baseball diamond out east of the school flooded, and then that night it froze, so I got my ice skates out, and I went out there and I proceeded to show the young kids how to skate. I was almost 70 at the time. Mrs. Leach didn't think very much of that. She was a first grade teacher, and she came out and really gave me holy heck for being out there on the ice skates. But, that even made the local newspaper, by golly. I learned to skate like that over in Indiana during those cold winters.
Speaking of cold winters, my Aunt Mary Louise made my sister Gracie and I each a scarf, and it would like wrap all the way around and it'd come over and cover your face because the winters were really cold out there, and of course we had to walk to school. She made Gracie a blue one, and she made me a red one. And Gracie was, I think, kind of jealous because I got the red one.
Yeah, we have a lot of good remembers. Remember that old rug loom?
Yes, I do.
That sucker was really hard to string, and it took both of us to do it. And I can remember the grandkids coming over, and they wanted to help, but we always made them stand back because when you pull that lever to send that shuttlecock down through there, it really went a-flying, and sometimes it come out the other side. We didn't want anybody to get hurt, so we had an old coal-fired pot-belly stove in the kitchen and a wood cook stove in the back room, and we cooked the best chicken and dumplings that I can remember. By golly, Christmas we'd have the kids and the grandkids in, and boy, we ate good too.
Well, thank you, Gus. In the fall, I used to go over to the neighbors and I'd pick up apples. And my granddaughter, when she came, I would show her how to peel an apple, and I could peel it all the way around, all the way down, and never break the peeling. So she thought that was pretty good. So when my granddaughter would come and stay, I'd walk her uptown one day. We went to Bill Beal's grocery store, and he had a big cookie jar, and she would stick her hand in there and get a great big cookie out. That was really special to her. So when we get back home and we get our paper in the evening, and she would cut out the paper dolls out of the paper and play with them. So then when we get all done with that, then we go out and we sit on the porch and swing.
Yeah, when the grandkids come over, they like to play with all these pieces of scrap wood that I have laying around. Yeah, that's enough talking. Ready to play some more cards?
Yes, I am. I've got my pad and my pencil, and I think I can beat you this time. We really